Yesterday, Tuesday, at noon, I called the representatives of the Watersiders to my room, and I issued them what would be interpreted as being an ultimatum, and said that the government would be loath to take any extreme action. But we felt that a condition of emergency did exist, and that we would require the powers of such a proclamation to deal with the situation.
Auckland's waterfront has been a centre of sailing and shipping activity since the city was founded in 1840. However, it has also been the site of various national and international political and sporting conflicts. In 1951, Auckland's waterfront was one of the sites of New Zealand's biggest industrial dispute. A disagreement over wages led to waterside workers being locked out from their jobs, and a nationwide waterfront strike ensued. Auckland's port came to a vital standstill for 5 months. At its peak, 22,000 waterside workers and other unionists throughout the country were off work. Prime Minister Sydney Holland declared a state of emergency. Troops were sent onto the Auckland and Wellington wharves to unload ships. Police were given increased powers, and it became an offence to assist strikers. Even giving food to their children was outlawed. Despite the restrictions, the wharfies enjoyed the support of a well-organised relief network.
Somebody produced a slaughtered sheep to share. I got the impression it was stolen, but now I know there were friendly farmers who donated sheep, and the market gardeners who gave vegetables, and tradespeople who provided their goods and services for nothing.
The strike ended after 151 days, with the defeated wharfies returning to work in mid-July. In September, Sid Holland called a snap election and was returned to power with an increased majority. In July 1985, the Auckland waterfront made international headlines when 2 explosions ripped through the Greenpeace vessel, the Rainbow Warrior, while it was moored at Marsden Wharf. The 2 mines that sunk the ship were planted by French Secret Service agents who were trying to stop Greenpeace protesting against French nuclear testing in the Pacific. The bomb killed a Rainbow Warrior crew member, Portuguese photographer Fernando Pereira. 2 French agents, Dominique Prieur and Alain Maffat, were arrested and pleaded guilty to manslaughter. The bombing caused outrage in New Zealand, where David Lange's Labour government had attracted international attention for its strong anti-nuclear stance. After the French agents were convicted, France boycotted New Zealand exports and threatened to interfere in New Zealand's European trade negotiations. Soon a deal was struck. The French agents served their sentences on a South Pacific atoll, while New Zealand received financial compensation and a guarantee that France would not interfere in New Zealand's trade. Both French agents were released early. 14 years later, in 1999, the Auckland waterfront was again the focus of international attention, as it hosted New Zealand's first defence of the America's Cup. 4 years earlier, under the leadership of Peter Blake, the Team New Zealand boat Black Magic beat Dennis Connor's Stars and Stripes in San Diego 5-0. This was one of New Zealand's greatest sporting victories. Peter Blake knew the 1999 defence would be a massive challenge.
We had achieved one goal, but now there is a new one. Goal setting is very important, and unless the goal is a difficult one, it's hardly worth bothering about.
Italy's Prada was the challenger in 1999, but Team New Zealand easily won 5-0. New Zealand had made sporting history by successfully retaining the America's Cup. In 2001, Peter Blake was tragically murdered by pirates while on a United Nations environmental trip along the Amazon River. New Zealand again defended the America's Cup in Auckland in 2003. However, plagued by defections, including skipper Russell Coutts to Alinghi, as well as gear failure, Team New Zealand lost to the Swiss Alinghi Syndicate 5-0. Black Magic, which won the America's Cup in San Diego in 1995, can be viewed on the Auckland waterfront at the New Zealand Maritime Museum, located in the Viaduct Harbour.